Next up will be race 51, and this will be the second of three. Well, then I misspoke. My apologies to you. The women's junior JV has 3 heats, so the only 2 that will be moving forward will be Marin and Oakland Strokes. So Pocock, not being able to hang on, will drop into that petite final along with the 4th place finisher River City Rowing Club. So we're going to go to the second of 3 heats there in this particular category. This is for the ZLAC Rowing Club Trophy, and this is the women's junior JV, and we'll be coming up with Oakland Strokes, Connecticut, Newport Aquatic Center, OKC, Berkeley, and a 5-boat race coming up next.
Okay, event 51, women's junior JV, Heat B, number 2 of 3. Lane 1, Oakland Strokes. Lane 2, Connecticut Boat Club. Lane 3, Newport Aquatic Center. Lane 4, OKC River Sport. Lane 5, Berkeley High Crew. We have a start. All 5 crews have been away cleanly. Looks like our early leader is in lane 1. That would be Oakland Strokes. Followed in lane 3 by Newport Aquatic Center. And then it's Connecticut Boat Club in that 3rd position, followed closely by OKC River Sport, and then Berkeley High Crew for the 5th spot of this field. As we push up to 500 meters, all crews have settled into their race cadence, establishing their race strategy. Our leader is Oakland Strokes in lane 1. And it looks like lane 2, Connecticut Boat Club, and lane 3, Newport Aquatic Center, neck and neck for that 2nd and 3rd position. In the 4th position, we have OKC River Sport, and then Berkeley High in that 5th spot in lane 5. And that's your field as we push down the course going through that 500-meter mark. How are you? Is this for me or are you calling?
I think I'm supposed to watch you one race and then call. So that we get a break.
You do a better job.
Race 51, the women's junior JV. Checking our lane assignments quickly. It's Oakland Strokes in lane number 1. And this will be their A boat. Connecticut is in lane number 2. Newport Aquatic Center in lane 3. OKC River will be in lane number 4. And Berkeley High School in lane number 5. Crews are approaching the 1,000-meter mark. And lane number 1, Oakland Strokes, is really opened quite a bit of open water here to stay on the lead. And they are trying to join their B crew in their grand final, because out of this race group there will only be 2 that will move on to the grand final. 2 will go to the petite. In lane number 3, Newport Aquatic Center is in that second position. And then it is very tight between Connecticut, OKC, with Berkeley trailing somewhat on the outside. Already in the final in this grouping will be Marin and Oakland Strokes B. Two of these crews will move forward. And it looks like Oakland Strokes A crew has decided they definitely are going to be in it with their B crew, as they have opened up quite a bit of open water. Now, the race might really revolve around second position here, Connecticut. And Connecticut, as I was speaking, just kind of took a diagonal turn across their lane, and that gave the opportunity to Newport Aquatic Center to bounce in there and take over second spot. Now, still on the outside, Berkeley High School is not going away, and trailing right now is OKC. Berkeley High School's strategy in an earlier situation was to come on strong at the end, and that may be their strategy now, but they're more than likely going to be unable to catch up with Oakland Strokes A, open water in lane number 1. So, since only 2 crews are going forward, what we need to watch for will be the crew in lane number 2 and lane number 3. They are going stroke for stroke. Connecticut is in 2, Newport is in 3. One is going to lose out here for the grand final, because it's almost a foregone conclusion, unless something drastic occurs, that Oakland Strokes will wind up in the grand final. It is the White Shell Connecticut, nearest to the shoreline with the white jerseys, is in a slight lead over Newport Aquatic Center, riding low in the water, and now kicking up some spray as they go along. This is Oakland Strokes on the shoreline with a commanding lead, but the interest will be here in Connecticut and Newport Aquatic Center. Newport Aquatic Center splashes up some water, and Connecticut begins to pick up the pace. On the lead is Oakland Strokes. Next is Connecticut. They have about a 6-seat lead over Newport Aquatic Center. Then there is open water back to OKC. Check that, back to Berkeley and then OKC. It is Connecticut being egged on by their coxswain, and they've now lengthened it out to a 6-seat lead, as Aquatic Center from Newport has had a tough time trying to catch up with him. Looking back at the finish line, it is Oakland Strokes going across the finish line, number 1 apparently, and it looks like Connecticut may hold off the challenge of Newport Aquatic Center and slip into that second spot, with the Newport gang going on to the petite final. Now, looking outside, it will be Berkeley High School also getting into that petite final, and trailing will be OKC.
The only thing that I editorialized on was when the